book binding in Ethiopia. The cover, wooden board cover, you know, as you see, everything is made at home. So this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, you know, it's amazing that, you know, people in the 15th century, were they, you know, aware of color? All the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black. You know, today, even today, you don't find such paintings in churches. You know, not always, you know, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very, very well. You know, this type of documents. Look, even the evangelist. This is Matthew. You know, and the harag or the decorations. All these.
First and foremost, let me say that is not some big secret. It's the Ethiopian Bible. So, of course, the people inside the Ethiopian Bible are painted black. When you go to Ethiopia, you can see in a lot of their churches, most of their churches, you will see that they paint all the people of the Bible to be black. So it's not something that's like, wow, look what they're hiding. You can find this very easily. And the book is 15th century. That is the oldest complete version of this book that they have is around the 15th century. So it's not like it's something that's, you know, goes back to the time frame. It's, you know, you're kind of 1,500 years late as far as writing everything down or having everything complete. But there are older parchments and pieces and things of that nature that you can find that are 5th century, 6th century. I think the oldest one is actually 6th century. So I think that's not correct. But I think the oldest Ethiopian Bible is around 5th or 6th century. Be that as it may, Ethiopia is a black country. They were the Aksumite Empire, converted over to Christianity around 330 after being taught by the Coptic Church of Egypt. But the reason why they converted to Christianity, because after the Council of Nicaea, the King Menelik of Ethiopia, of the Aksum Empire actually, realized that in order to have better relationships with Rome, instead of constantly fighting Rome, that he would go ahead and convert over to Christianity. He saw the way the waves were moving. He saw the way he saw the flow, and he got into the flow for political and trade ambitions. Now, does that mean that it was in Africa prior to being in Rome? No. You see, Christianity first went to Turkey first, pretty much. Then it came into Egypt and Rome relatively at the same time. If you look at the time framing of it all, Christianity was in Rome and in Egypt in around 60, 70 AD, same time. So it didn't go into all of Africa or all of Europe at that immediate moment. So it's not an African religion, as people like to claim it to be. Now, the other part about it went into Egypt in around 70 to 100 AD, which means that, yes, it was in Africa, but it was really still a Mediterranean thing. It's more Mediterranean history than it is African history. Egypt is not the totality of Africa, so stop doing that. Then the other aspect of it that I always hear from our Caucasian guys who can't stand the fact that Christianity was used in order to it was used during the transatlantic slave trade and forced onto the people of West Africa. They like to say, well, Christianity was already in Africa, so Christianity wasn't forced on them. It was in Egypt, it was in Ethiopia. But in the 14, 15, 1600s, it was not in West Africa, not even slightly. Very few Christians were in West Africa. And even those Christians became Christians due to the influence and force of Europeans. So Christianity, as far as the majority of people who are in America today who are of color, if their family has been here more than 4 generations, they were forced into Christianity through the transatlantic slave trade or the colonization of America or the colonization of sub-Saharan Africa. This is not good evidence. So please stop sending me stuff like this, thinking that you have found the holy grail of evidence to prove your Christianity. You have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.